Hey there, it's Beth from Rock Your Notebook, and today I want to share how I have decided to pick out some color palettes that I would like to use throughout the year in my art journaling. What I initially did was go through all the current paints that I currently have in my stash. And you can see I like the heavy body paints from Liquitex and Golden. And then I kind of put these paints into groups of colors that I thought would look good. And then my next step was to go ahead and make these pages that look like this, testing out the colors and seeing what looked really well together and what didn't look well together. This whole process took me about 26 minutes to do this. I thoroughly enjoyed it. It's really nice to see the page after you've got all of the different color paints on it, and it's definitely pages that you can use later in your art journaling or in collaging because now you have this awesome background to use. So it's not that it's a waste of paper, it's just me trying to figure out a palette. Some colors made it and some colors didn't. So for this palette, um, what I ended up choosing was Prussian blue, which is the blue that you see there, parchment, which I don't know how to describe that color, but it works really well. And then iridescent rich gold was my final color. And I have thought about, sometimes when I want to add a little something else, the iridescent rich bronze. Um, the copper color that you see there did not make it for this palette. I just felt like it was too orangey. So the Prussian blue is absolutely one of my favorite blue colors. It's just a dark, rich blue. And the bronze and the gold is a little lighter than I would like, but it came out really well. So the next page that I've got going here have some of my absolute favorite colors. I use them all the time. The first one that you see going on here is a phthalo green blue shade. And I'm not going to say the whole thing for phthalo because, yeah, that's a long word that I can't pronounce very well. And then turquoise deep. Turquoise deep looks really close to the Prussian blue, but it's not. It's such a stunning, like dark, almost teal turquoise. It's just gorgeous. The camera light does not give it justice. And then a Payne's gray. The Payne's gray that I like is from Grumbacher, the Academy one, because it's not such a dark Payne's gray. It's more of a, you can see like it's a lighter Payne's gray, a lighter shade, and it's definitely one of my favorite. The Liquitex brand Payne's gray is a lot darker, so I definitely prefer this Payne's gray. Um, the iridescent rich copper goes okay with this palette, but I don't think I'm going to use it. Then the next palette that I created here, um, surprisingly, and these are just colors that, I had in my stash that I enjoy. Um, I did not expect this color palette to be like one of my favorite ones that I did. It's a very spring bright color palette, and spring is coming. So I think I will definitely be using this palette a lot in the second quarter of the year, which is coming up fast. So I have light portrait pink, which is that first color I put down, and then Titan buff, which is that second color that I'm putting down. And then what am I doing? I'm closing the Titan buff here, which gave me a little bit of trouble. And then the third color, I think it's the lime, vivid lime green. If you don't have this color in your stash, you should definitely get it because it's just such a nice bright pop of green. As you can see here, it actually even picks up really well on the camera of the beautiful color that it is. And then the last color that you're gonna see me put on this spread is light orange. The light orange is from Golden, and just look how pretty that is. What a gorgeous palette, right? Like I can so see myself using this in my art journaling layouts and just painting away with these colors and creating spreads. It's just such a bright, happy spread. So I take some time here and I really just fill out this page with all of the colors. I'm trying to get smaller markings than the other pages were. And that's pretty much it for this spread. I do end up creating like another page next to it that you'll see in the photos, but that page was just me wiping off paint from something else that I was working on. And that's pretty much it. So this is a great way for you to go through your stash of colors or pick colors that you think might be your favorite and might not be your favorite, and just play with them and see what you come up with. Because I really did not think that this color palette was going to end up being my favorite out of the 3 that I created. So it was really interesting for me to see that, because as I said, Turquoise Deep and the Phthalo Green are some of my apps. I mean, I have those colors in everything, in watercolors and acrylic paint, and pencils. Like, they're truly my favorite colors to work with. Blue happens to be my favorite color, but then when I put this down, I mean, it made me happy. So I encourage you to get out your notebooks, play with some paint or some watercolors, and come out with some palettes that make you happy. I really, really did enjoy this process, and these will definitely be the colors that I will be using. And you can see me here thinking, like, what am I going to really put together in the end, and pick and choose. And that's what I was doing here. So thank you so much for watching. I appreciate your support. You can grab a mixed media notebook from my shop. I will leave a link down below because that is the notebook that I used for this process. And get crafting and painting. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.
Yes, come on, shorty, let's go. Girl, I see you over there in the corner of the dance floor, and I know you're acting shy, looking at the corner of your eyes. So I pick my heart up off the floor, move my feet closer to yours, catch my breath and I say, I'm the one you're looking for.